Hey kids, let's read Peppa Pig, Peppa's Christmas Unicorn. It was the beginning of December, and Peppa and her family were decorating their Christmas tree. Peppa pulled a decoration from the Christmas box. It's the prickly cactus we got when Daddy went to monster trucking in America, she cried. And here's the flamingo from our summer holiday, said Daddy Pig. What lovely memories, said Mummy Pig, smiling. What a perfect tree, said Daddy Pig, hanging his last bauble. There's still one bare branch. But there aren't any decorations left, Peppa sighed. Never mind, said Mummy Pig. The tree looks wonderful just as it is. Okay, said Peppa, but she couldn't help staring at the empty branch. A few weeks later, it was Christmas Eve. Come on, called Daddy Pig. It's time to go to the Christmas fair. Hooray! Cried Peppa and George. The Christmas fair was lots of fun. There were stalls full of yummy food, games to play, gingerbread houses to decorate, and a Christmas carousel, cried Peppa. Who wants a ride? Asked Mummy Pig. I do, cheered Peppa and George, jumping up and down. Daddy Pig, said Mummy Pig, would you like to ride the carousel? Daddy Pig looked at the Christmas carousel. What does it do? He asked Miss Rabbit, who was in charge of the ride. It spins around and around, up in the air, she explained. Ah, said Daddy Pig. He was a little bit scared of heights. Come on, it'll be so much fun, said Peppa. Okay, said Daddy Pig. I'll give it a whirl. Peppa and George looked at all the animals they could ride on the carousel. Dinosaur! Grrr! Shouted George, picking a special Christmas dinosaur. Mummy Pig climbed on the dinosaur with him. Peppa spotted a golden, glittery Christmas unicorn, she cried. I'm riding this one. Doesn't it look magical? It certainly does, agreed Daddy Pig. Last call for the magical Christmas carousel, announced Miss Rabbit. All aboard! Come on, Daddy, called Peppa. Let's hurry. Daddy Pig got into Santa's sleigh. Ho, 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 he cheered. Once everyone was settled safely on the ride, Miss Rabbit pressed a button. The carousel started to spin around and around, getting faster and faster. Peppa, George, Mummy, and Daddy Pig were lifted up higher and higher up into the air, until suddenly they were flying. Whee! Cried Peppa on her magical Christmas unicorn. Dinosaur! Grrr! Cried George on his special Christmas dinosaur. Daddy Pig's sleigh was close behind. His eyes were shut. Open your eyes, Daddy, said Peppa. We're flying. Daddy Pig opened one eye and looked down. Oh my goodness, we are flying. From up high, Peppa and George could see the houses below, decorated with Christmas lights and the trees covered in snow. Look, Daddy, gasped Peppa, pointing. It's our house. Daddy Pig peered down, and his sleigh started to drop. Luckily, Peppa's unicorn helped the reindeer to pull the sleigh back up again. Phew, said Daddy Pig. Miss Rabbit pressed a button, and everyone flew back down to the ground. Wasn't that amazing? Cried Peppa. We were flying, weren't we, Daddy? It must be Christmas magic, replied Daddy Pig, a little dizzy from the ride. Now, who wants to visit Santa? Asked Mummy Pig. I do, cheered Peppa and George, jumping up and down. Peppa told Santa all about her magical ride on the flying Christmas unicorn. We even saw our house, she cried. Our Christmas tree was sparkling in the window. We collect decorations. Your tree sounds wonderful, said Santa. I'd love to see it. You can, said Peppa. Tonight. Oh, yes, said Santa. Of course. I should probably get going, said Santa, chuckling. I've got rather a busy night. of present delivering ahead of me. Yes, said Peppa excitedly. Merry Christmas, Santa. Merry Christmas, Peppa, said Santa. It was lovely talking to you. Time to head home, said Mummy Pig. It's a big day tomorrow. Back at home, Peppa and George got into their cozy Christmas pajamas, put out yummy treats for Santa and his reindeer, and hung up their stockings. Please, can we have a magical Christmas bedtime story now? Asked Peppa. Daddy Pig told Peppa and George a magical Christmas bedtime story, and they soon fell fast asleep. On Christmas morning, Peppa and George raced downstairs to find that Santa had been. Peppa peeked into her stocking and pulled out a little sparkly box. Inside was a glittery golden Christmas unicorn tree decoration. It's just like the one I wrote on the carousel, she gasped. Another lovely memory for the tree, said Mummy Pig. And now you have a decoration for that empty branch, said Daddy Pig. Santa is rather clever, isn't he? I love you, Christmas unicorn, whispered Peppa. Suddenly, the unicorn shone brightly and flew onto the tree branch. Wow, gasped Peppa. Did you see that? What? Asked Mummy Pig. Everyone came to look, but the unicorn was as still as all the other decorations on the tree. She was flying, said Peppa, but now she stopped. Must be Christmas magic, said Daddy Pig, winking. Thank you, Santa, Peppa said. This is the most magical Christmas ever. Peppa loves Christmas unicorns. Everyone loves Christmas unicorns. The end. Thanks for reading with me. Please click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't miss out on our next Christmas story, Peppa Pig and the Lost Christmas List. Bye-bye.
Hey kids, let's read Peppa Pig and the Lost Christmas List. It's almost Christmas, and Peppa Pig and her little brother George are mailing their letters to Santa. Peppa's friends are there too. What are you asking for? Asked Peppa. I'd like a scooter, says Susie. I've asked Santa for a toy spaceship, says Danny. A toy mouse for me, please, says Emily. Rebecca wants a trumpet. Zoe has asked Santa for a ball and paddle toy. And Candy is hoping for a jump rope. Pedro would like a guitar. The next day, Mummy and Daddy Pig, Peppa and George go to Miss Rabbit's farm to find the perfect Christmas tree. They look at little ones. Bigger, says Daddy Pig. They look at medium-sized ones. Bigger, says Daddy Pig. They look at the biggest tree at the farm. Perfect, says Daddy Pig. The tree is very big. Daddy Pig's car is quite small. No worries, I'll carry it home, he says. Peppa, George, and Mummy Pig wait a very long time for Daddy Pig. Finally, they see him coming slowly up the hill. Daddy Pig needs a rest. It's time to decorate. Mummy Pig puts the lights on first. Peppa adds the garland. George hangs some Christmas ornaments. Then Daddy Pig reaches way up high to put a star on the top. The tree is beautiful. Peppa sings a Christmas tree song. Little star on the Christmas tree, twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. All the little pigs on Christmas Eve go oink, oink, oink. Daddy, asked Peppa, why does Santa come down the chimney? Why doesn't he just use the front door? Good question, Peppa. If you see him, you should ask. But Santa won't come unless you're asleep. So up to bed you go. George, let's stay awake all night and see Santa, Peppa says. But George is fast asleep. Well, I'm going to stay awake by myself. Soon, Peppa is fast asleep too. Thump. Ho, ho, oh. It's windy up here. Santa checks his list and then squeezes down the chimney. It's a tight fit. Santa is surprised to see two little pigs. It's me, Peppa. This is my little brother George. I'm very pleased to meet you, says Santa. Are those our presents? Asked Peppa. They might be, but you'll have to wait until morning to find out. Santa, how do you know what presents to give everyone? Asked Peppa. Well, I have a list. It's right here. Oh, it was right here. Oh dear. What has happened to my list? I've lost it. How will I know who gets which presents? I can help, says Peppa. Danny wants a toy spaceship. Emily, a toy mouse. A scooter, please, for Susie. Rebecca would like a trumpet. Candy wants a jump rope. Zoe asked for a ball and paddle toy, and Pedro would like a guitar. Thank you, Peppa Pig, says Santa. You remembered everything on the lost Christmas list. You've saved the day. I must hurry now. Santa looks up the chimney. I guess I'll have to squeeze up there again. Why don't you use the front door? Asked Peppa. By golly, what a good idea. Ho, ho, ho. On Christmas morning, Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig wake Peppa and George. Daddy, Mummy, we saw Santa, says Peppa, and look, he left us presents. George has a toy train. Peppa has a yo-yo. Peppa's friends arrive. They got the presents they asked for too. Merry Christmas! The end. Thanks for reading with me. Please click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and please enjoy our next Christmas story. Merry Christmas, Peppa. Bye-bye.